Erie, Colorado is absolutely booming. If you're interested in moving to Erie, Colorado, then this video is going to be going over the top 5 questions that I frequently get asked when people are interested in Erie. Let's get started. Hi there. My name is Christy Lee and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but more importantly, I am a native of Colorado. If you're new to my channel, all of my videos are catered to help you figure out where the best place to live is. If that's something that interests you, please click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. Now, as much as I love making these videos for you, I love helping you out more. So please reach out to me. My contact information is right there. I'd love to hear from you. All right, so Erie, Colorado is very dear to my heart. I personally do live in Erie, and I get a lot of people reaching out to me who want to live in this area as well. And I've come up with a top 5 questions that people are ultimately always asking me over and over and over again. So that's where we're gonna start. So the very top question, number 1, I would say is there anything even to do in Erie? I mean, it's so small, right? And you know, half the time, a lot of people didn't even know where Erie was even located half the time. So yes, there's so much to do in Erie. You are going to have everything outdoors that you would love to do possible. You could go to the Erie single track if you like to go, ride your mountain bike. If you like disc golf, we have a disc golf course as well as an actual golf course. That's Colorado National. We have a bunch of trails all over the place. We have a bump track for your bike, for scooters, skateboards, all of that good stuff. Erie Rec Center is there. Erie Library is there. And then downtown Erie, historic Erie, is amazing. The reason why I love it so much is because of all the festivities that it actually offers its community. From farmers markets, parades, festivals, concerts in the park, movies in the park. There's always something to do literally in this area. Now, if you're looking for like a crazy nightlife, Erie is not going to have that. I mean, we do have some awesome restaurants and awesome breweries in this area. However, a majority of them do close roughly around 10 o'clock. So I wouldn't say that we have the best nightlife if that's something that you're looking for. But overall, we do have a lot to do. And especially if you're somebody who has maybe kiddos, there's so much to do as far as recreation is concerned, all of that good stuff. So yes, does Erie have stuff to do? Absolutely. Okay, so the second question I get a lot is, what is Erie's political views? And I would say we're pretty much split right down the middle. And there's kind of a reason behind that. So Erie actually as a whole is actually split right down the middle as well for Boulder County and Weld County. So Wright County Line Road actually splits us right in half. Now, are you all of a sudden going to like walk across the street and notice a huge difference in political views? Absolutely not. We really don't. But I truly believe, but because we are, on the Boulder side and the Weld County side, we do get a large population of everybody. And so I think that's a big thing, as well as if you want to kind of piggyback on that as well, as I get a lot of questions about fracking and oil wells. And I personally just went through this with a client as well who very specifically didn't want to be anywhere near any sort of fracking, any sort of oil wells, anything like that, even if they were capped off. And so I will say, if that is you, that tends to obviously be on the Weld County side, where all of that kind of stuff takes place. That's just Weld County as a whole. But if you are somebody who's very worried about fracking or oil wells or this or that, I would probably stay out of Erie probably altogether. I am no expert in this situation or this area whatsoever, so I'm not even going to speak on fracking because I really truly don't know. But what I do know about it is that Erie does have it. Is it all the time? No, but we do have capped oil wells. We do have fracking here and there. And so I know some people are concerned about it. Some people don't care. But if you are concerned about it, I highly recommend looking into that yourself. There's maps all over the place on where these particular areas are. And then most likely you are going to be sticking probably more towards the west side, the Boulder side, Boulder County side, just because they tend to have a lot less of that kind of activity going on. All right, so number 3, top question is going to be these schools and what kind of school districts are out in Erie. Well, we are actually in two different school districts. We could have Boulder Valley and we have St. Vrain. And I will say a majority of Erie overall is going to be on the St. Vrain side, which is ranked roughly 4 or 5 according to niche.com. The Boulder Valley School District is going to be a very, very small pocket of Erie, like maybe a mile and a half, like it's very small, like it's like just a couple neighborhoods. But if you're specifically wanting your kiddos to be in Boulder Valley, which according to niche.com as well is ranked number 1, it's gonna limit your search quite a bit on where you want to live in Erie. So overall, do I think the school districts are awesome? Both of them? Yes, I do. My kiddo is actually in St. Vrain. I absolutely love St. Vrain. I love the teachers. I love the schools, but it will split your search quite a bit. Even, I should mention, even if you do live in Boulder County side of Erie, you still, because of the way the school districts are zoned, you still may be in a St. Vrain Valley School District zoning. So do kind of note that. So do your research, reach out to me, reach out to, a realtor to figure out where you specifically want to be. Because again, if you want to be in Boulder Valley side, you are going to have like a pick of like maybe 3 or 4 neighborhoods and that is it. Everything else is going to be St. Vrain. The fourth top question, which is going to be, do we actually have a landfill? And yes, we do. In fact, Erie as a whole is kind of built around the Erie landfill. Now, do I think it's a huge issue? I personally do not. I personally live very close to the landfill. I could see it actually from my window right now. But can you smell it? No. Can you, is there trash flying around? No. Is it like this big eyesore? No. It's just there. Everybody just actively knows it's there. So usually when people reach out to me, they're like, oh, I don't want to be near the landfill. And so once we start getting out and we're looking at houses and this and that, they're going to quickly realize they've probably been looking at this hill for the last couple hours and they didn't even realize it, because it truly does just look like a big dirt pile. Honestly, it really does. You'll see the trucks kind of driving up around them. But other than that, do I think it's a big thing? Absolutely not. But yes, we absolutely do have a landfill. All right. And finally, the 5th top question that I get is the growth of Erie. And is it overwhelmingly crazy? And I mean, I guess it's going to depend on you and whether or not you want the growth or you don't want the growth. We are currently at 34,000 people as a population in 2023. We're actively growing 3% year over year. So is there growth? All day long. It's grown, I believe it was like 11% just since the last census was sent out. So, there you'll see new build communities all over the place that are building a lot of homes, like over 1,000 plus homes in specific spots. There's going to be the Erie Town Center, which is located on County Line and Erie Parkway. That's going to have, additional stores and, retail, homes, this and that. That's all going in. We have restaurants popping up, dentists all over the place. If you ever need a dentist, it's in Erie. But you do actually have the growth, and it's a lot of growth, and which is a problem because we don't have the infrastructure. The roads they're not wide enough to handle all of these people who are actively moving here. And then to kind of piggyback on that, it goes into the schools. So we are actively building more schools. I personally just got a new elementary school in my neighborhood. I know the neighborhood that's currently being built right next to me is going to be putting in a additional middle school, because we already have 2 and we're going to need another one. So yes, if you want that small town feel, you will absolutely get it in Erie. But it's not going to be nearly as small as some of the other areas around where it's just really small and they want to keep it small, like Dacono or Frederick. Those are going to be really small and they want to definitely keep it that way. Erie is now a cool place on the map. We've made it to the weather, the weather map. When people are talking about the weather in Erie, we've made it. So kind of keep that in mind. It is an amazing place to live. I personally love it. My husband's lived here almost his whole life. So it is an amazing place to live. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about any of these 5 questions, or if you have any more questions. I'd be more than happy to help you. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.